right, this is the last installment of your Scene Stealers picks for the Oscars this year. Money in the bank, this is what you're going to do if you want to win some money. My name's Eric Moline.
I'm JD Warnock, scene-stealers.com, your home for the Oscars.
You might already be there, who knows. We're going to do director and picture, the two big ones of the night. And this year, there's a lot of stuff up in the air, man. There's a lot of stuff up in the air. Let's do director first.
Well, in that category, we've got Jason Reitman for Juno.
What the hell?
Tony Gilroy
for him.
for Michael Clayton. Also, what the hell?
He got a DGA, so...
Julian Schnabel for Diving Bell and the Butterfly. Ethan Coen and Joel Coen for No Country for Old Men. They're actually both.
Right, this is the first time they've both been credited as director.
And PTA, Paul Thomas Anderson for There Would Be Blood.
Yeah.
Now, right off the bat, we got to talk about the fact that what in the hell is Tony Gilroy and Michael Clayton doing in this category? There
was a lot of stuff he did in that movie that was different from other courtroom dramas that you've seen.
This film does not belong in the Oscars. This movie, there's one thing about this film that belongs in the Oscars, and that's an arguable point, and that's Tilda Swinton. This film is hands down one of the most boring movies I saw this year. Boring, boring.
Were you ironing or something while this movie was on?
We've seen this movie a bunch of times. The one twist is that it's not in a courtroom. This is a civil action.
When was the last time you saw the villain of the piece sitting in front of a mirror, like checking herself and being nervous? We've never seen people humanized like this before.
Again, you're fascinated by one performance, which was interesting. Anyway, this movie does not belong in this category. This guy does not belong in this category. And aside from Tilda Swinton, everybody else should be not in these categories. It's a shame, and it's really unfortunate that this guy got nominated in this category.
I didn't know that this was going to turn into a Michael Clayton hate fest.
It's not a bad movie. It's just not a great film. What the hell is it doing here?
All right, we're going to move on. What JD is trying to say is that Tony Gilroy doesn't have a chance in this category. And I agree.
Yes, definitively.
And I will agree on that point. Yeah. The other person who doesn't have a chance in this category is Jason Reitman for Juno. And I'm glad he got nominated. That's good for him. Ivan Reitman's son.
Good for comedies.
It's good for comedies, yeah. I'm glad he's in there. And he beat out Joe Wright for Atonement, which is huge that that guy didn't get nominated for director. He also beat out Sean Penn for Into the Wild, who got a DGA nomination. So technically, he took Sean Penn's spot in the Oscars, because the other four nominees were all nominated in the
There's no question that Juno is hands down, buttoned up top to bottom, way better film than either of those two movies. So that's actually great that Jason Reitman got put in this category, because Joe Wright and Sean Penn don't belong in it.
Okay, so who does that leave?
That leaves us with Schnabel, Coen, and Paul Thomas Anderson.
Paul Thomas Anderson, this is his first nomination. Actually, it's also Schnabel's first nomination. But PTA hasn't won anything up to this point. And it is a dark, dark movie, and a lot of people don't get it, and a lot of people are pissed off at it. So he's not going to win. As much as I would like Paul Thomas Anderson to win in this category, he's not going to win. And I'm not even going to consider him a front runner. This is between the Coens and Schnabel. Schnabel won the Golden Globe. Huge upset. Huge upset over the Coen brothers. The Coen brothers were supposed to win picture, and instead it went to Atonement, and they were supposed to win director, and that went to Diving Bell. If that's an indication of how little support there is for No Country in a general sense as a picture, then those guys are in trouble. And Julian Schnabel will win this category, but I also think that it might win for cinematography. So cinematography and direction are definitely between those two movies. I think I'm going to stick with the Coens on this one, because they're widely respected in Hollywood. Everybody loves them, and they did such a good job in that movie. I'm going to go with the Coens, but I think Schnabel might upset.
Interesting. I, of course, would like to see Paul Thomas Anderson win in this category. I'm just really thrilled that he was nominated. Had he been snubbed in this category, it would have been a real blow. I think I'm actually going to go with Schnabel in this category. I don't personally feel that way, but I really think this is one of those places where the Oscars tend to want to separate picture and director.
They've been doing that lately. They used to not ever do it. It used to be a rule, director, picture. But in the last couple of years, I mean, there's been all kinds of crazy stuff like that. Ang Lee wins for director, Crash wins for picture.
Right.
Steven Soderbergh wins for Traffic, and Gladiator wins for picture. It's happened a lot, actually. Those are the two that come to mind right now. But they've been splitting a lot, and I think this is a year where we could see another split.
Yeah, personally, I think we're going to see a split. I would love to see the Coens or PTA take the award, but I think Julian Schnabel is going to sneak in there, and it's going to be the one that leaves a lot of people in the audience scratching their heads, but I think it will be a twist.